我不晓得你小时候，你会在这个墙壁上你画一些的线，然后量，你今天长高了多少？
I'm not sure whether you have this such a game, a thing with your parents that continue to measure your height by drawing a line against the wall.
所以有这样子做的吗？
Have anyone been?
有啊，2个小朋友，然后大人呢，你还记得或者你做爸爸妈妈的，有帮你的孩子量这个身高，对吗？
What about parents? Do you all remember that you measured like your heights of your children?
虽然已经有可能有一些人已经是很久很久的事情了。
Yeah, maybe for many of us it's something that's really, for a long time.
但是好像 Sarah 和 Susanna 应该是还是正在做这个事情。
But we know that for Sarah and Susanna is something that they are continuing to be doing.
那么测量这个身高可以知道我们的这个身体成长的这个的状况。
And then when by measuring our height, we can tell the growth situations of our body.
那么我们怎样测量我们的这个灵命的状况呢？
But then how do we measure our spiritual growth?
也是相当重要的。
And it is indeed something that's likewise very important.
测量的方法可以问自己几个的问题。
And there are several questions that we can pose to ourselves to measure.
我是否每天花一段的时间跟主耶稣说话、谈天谈心呢？
Do I spare a quiet time to talk to God and to pray to God?
我的生命是否彰显出这个圣灵的果子呢？
And do I reflect the spiritual fruit in my life?
我是否比去年更加的认识神吗？
Do I come to know God even better this year than last year?
这些的问题都可以帮助我们测量我们这个的属灵的这个的状况。
And all these are important questions for us to measure our spiritual growth situation.
有可能你觉得，你的孩子很快一眨眼就长大了。
And you may thought that the children just grow like that within a blink of eyes.
但实际上是不断逐渐的成长。
It was actually a very gradual growth of them.
正如我们看到耶稣的智慧和身量，
And just like the boy Jesus,
是一起的增长。
it was a growth to get in parallel of his wisdom and his stature.
也就是今天我要和大家分享的这一个非常重要的主题。
And that's the topic, the key message that I want to share with all of you.
在他的职分里，
That in his duty,
他将神作为这个的恩典白白的赐给我们。
that he himself, as the grace of God, offer to us unconditionally.
恩典就是我们是属于神的儿女所蒙受主的这个的怜悯和这一个的爱。
That the grace of God would mean that us as the children of God to receive the mercy and love from God.
而我们感谢神，因为神的恩典不断的滋养我们。
And then we thank God because of His grace, He continued to help us to grow spiritually.
而每一天，我们都靠着主的恩典，活出每一天的生活。
That we depend on His grace to live out our day by day.
而我们看到，我们带领我们的孩子来到教会，我们来敬拜他。
And therefore, for all of us who are parents among us, we ought to also lead our children to come to the church and to worship our God.
有一对的夫妇，他们在乡村的一个地方特别的热心参加聚会，而且来侍奉神。
And they were a couple who were very strong in their faith and continue to attend all kind of the church activities.
那么有一天，他的儿子其实也很想跟他们去教会。
And then one day their son also wanted to follow them to the church.
但他们不让他去。
That they did not allow him to follow.
他们认为孩子听不懂。
That because they think that the children would not understand.
而他们是住在乡下的，他们就说要不然你就看牛吧，等我们回来，我们才一起吃晚餐。
And then because they live in the rural area, they just tell the son, say, well, why don't you just look after the cow and wait for us to come back for dinner?
那么等这个父母去了这个教会走了之后，这孩子就把这个母牛放出去吃这个的草。
And then after their parents has gone, the son has let go the female cow to go around the meadow for the grass.
而他就不给这个小牛吃草。
But not allowing the cattle to go for the grass feed.
那么等他的父母回来，哇，看到这个母牛的肚子大大，应该是吃得很饱。
So when wait till their parents came back, they saw what they saw is the mother cow was very well fed with the grass, but
但是那个小牛就很可怜的看着他们两夫妇，
but miserably the cattle was looking at the parents,
一直在那边哞哞叫。
was mooing all the way.
那么他们就责问他的儿子，
Then they were trying to ask their son,
为何你没有给他吃草啊？
why don't you feed the cattle with grass?
他的孩子回答说，
Then the son answered,
你们两个自己也去做礼拜，吃得饱饱的，你的儿子饿了你也不管吗？
that both of you went for the Sunday service and your son is hungry, don't you care?
夫妇听了孩子的话，非常的惭愧。
That they were guilty after listening to their son's command.
我们不要认为说孩子听不懂，孩子坐着无法领受。
Let us not assume that the children will not understand, they will not be able to receive the message.
儿女是神所赐给我们的产业，
That the children is the property given by God.
我们要从小把他们带到教会当中，
And we ought to lead them into the church since they were young.
让主的爱来建立他们，
Let the love of God to build them up.
一起的来交谈。
And likewise, Jesus and his parents, they went along together.
但是当他们过了逾越节和这个除酵节的宴席之后，
And then after the feast of the Passover and the unleavened bread,
耶稣的父母他们就回去，
that the parents of Jesus has gone home.
孩童的耶稣其实仍然在耶路撒冷，他的父母亲不晓得，不知道。
That the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem, not that their parents know of.
走了一天的路程，他们没有见到耶稣，就开始寻找他。
Only after one day that the parents has been walking, they realized that the boy did not follow them and start to search for them.
我在
Search for
想，
him.
有可能意思在想，有可能这个耶稣是跟着妈咪，
And then perhaps Joseph was thinking, oh, Jesus is following the mom.
有很多关于听的这个的教导，
And there were many teachings of God that require us to listen.
也同样的，神希望每一个神的儿女也同样的懂得留心听神的话，听神的这个的引导。
And likewise, God wants all the children to listen very carefully to the teachings of His.
在这一年当中，
And in this one new year,
你是否也立志求神赐给你一颗聆听的耳？
do you also are you also determined to pray to God that to give you this very what they call it good listening ability to God.
然后也同样的求神赐给你一颗谦卑的心来领受神的话。
That ask God to give you a humble heart that you can receive God's words.
在这新的一年当中，我也求神赐给我一颗能够聆听孩子的这一个的声音。
And then in this new year, I also pray to God, ask God to give me a heart that I can listen to my child.
因为我的孩子现在16个月，他现在很努力的要讲话。
Because my daughter is now 16 months old, that she was attempt to speak a lot.
但是很多时候听不懂他在讲什么，
But most of the time, I don't really understand what she's talking
但
about.
是他却很渴望我们爸妈能够明白他在那边比手画脚他的这一个的语言。
But she was really desired to explain to us and to have a good conversation with us through all kind of gesture that she could show.
同样的，神也乐意听我们在他面前的这一种不同的这个的表达方式。
And likewise, our Father God is willing to listen to us despite of any kind of gesture or ways of expressing ourselves.
有可能在我们当中的，在1个月1次的当中，你去公园或者去花园或者去海边，单单的跟神有这样子的这种交通的时间。
That maybe among us, some of you will spend once a month going to the gardens or hillsides or seaside to experience God.
因为在忙碌的当中，我们需要有一颗安静的时刻，与神一起的会面。
Because living in our busy life, we all want to search for a calm, a quiet time with God.
也让我们可以透过大自然界，也能够来知道神的这一个的心意，神的引导。
And truly, Mother Nature that we also hope to experience the teachings of God.
因为时候还没有到。
And because the time is not yet,
神仍然把耶稣放在父母的这一个的权柄之下。
that God has placed Jesus under the authority of His parents.
所以耶稣也选择了顺从。
And therefore, Lord Jesus chose to be obedient to them.
弟兄姐妹们，神很多时候把我们放在不同的这一个的地位上。
And brothers and sisters, God has also for many different occasions put us in a different position.
我们当中做儿女的要顺从父母。
That for us to be a children, to be a child, we ought to be obedient to our parents.
做仆人的要顺从主人。
And as a servant, you ought to be obedient to your master.
夫妻之间，神也教导我们彼此顺服。
And even for the relationship of husband and wife, God has taught us to be obedient to one another.
做丈夫的要爱妻子，做妻子的要顺服丈夫。
That as a husband ought to love the wife, and that the wife has to follow the husband.
神要我们顺服。
That God wants us to be obedient.
那是因为神这一个的缘故，
And
愿意我们顺从那在上的。
And all because of God, that He wants us to follow whoever that we ought to follow to.
有一天我们知道，做儿女的，我们的儿女都会独立。
And one day we will become independent.
就从父母的权柄释放出来。
That independence from our parents to release from their authority.
仆人能自足的时候，
And that when a servant can call for the shot,
就从仆人的地位上被释放出来。
will then release from the positions of servant.
当神将我们释放出来的时候，
And when God has released us,
才会看见神的恩典完全显明在我们的当中。
His grace will then be shown fully in front of us.
所以我们要学习，在神把我们放在不同的岗位上，我们也同样的学习顺服。
And therefore we ought to learn to be obedient in all kind of duty that God has placed us.
所以耶稣他也选择了顺服这个肉身父母的这一个的吩咐，他回到了他自己的家乡。
And therefore the Lord Jesus also has chosen to be obedient to His parents on earth and follow them to return to His home.
而我们看
eventually.
到耶稣顺从的结果是什么呢？
And what do we see as a result of His obedience?
在第52节这么的说到，耶稣的智慧和身量，并神和人喜爱他的心，都一起增长。
That in verse 52 shows that how Jesus has grown in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man because of His obedience.
这是何等美好的这一个的见证！
And what a great testimonial it is.
是
In which way, in which perspective that you care about this New Year?
以天父的心意为你的心意呢？
Do you use the heart of the Lord as yours?
你是否有围着你的这个的新的一年设定一些的目标吗？
That do you set some goals for your New Year?
我们看到耶稣在这四方面，让我们能够有很好的这个的参考。
That from the wisdoms of Lord Jesus, there's many things that we can learn from this.
无论是个人成长的这个的方向和目标，
And regardless of this growth in a personal or our goal,
也同样的也能够实践在我们教会成长的这个的大方向。
and likewise those goals can also be reflected upon in the growth of our church.
智慧，
That as a wisdom,
你希望或者你计划在哪一方面求神给你智慧呢？
and in which perspective that you seek God to grant you the wisdom.
有可能是在你的学业上，
And it could be on your study,
在你的工作上，
on your career,
在你的家庭生活中，
your family life,
可能你需要求神赐给你智慧，
and perhaps you want God to grant you the wisdom,
让你能够有更好的这个的智慧，让你有更好的时间管理，去为主能够理出更好的这个生活。
to give you a better wisdom, a better way to manage your time so that you live better.
那么身量方面，
And what about your stature?
就是我们每个人的身体健康的状况。
And that's all about the health of our being of every one of us.
为什么也非常的重要呢？
And why would it be also very important?
因为我们知道我们的身体也是圣灵的殿，
And because we know that our body is also the temple of our spiritual,
我们也是我们身体的这个的管家。
and that we are also the guardian of our body.
今年有什么的这个的计划呢？
And what kind of plan you have for your body this year?
有可能忙碌了一个星期，
And perhaps you're busy for 1 week
已经很累了，
and are very tired.
已经很多年没有做运动了。
And for many years you have not been exercising.
我想从 Setia Alam 布道所开始到现在，因为都是5点钟。以前我运动的这一个的习惯和时间都是星期天5点钟傍晚的时间。
And I guess since Setia Alam's Sunday service started at 5 p.m., it's kind of clashes with the time that I usually do my exercise.
那么我就有很多的借口，其实还有其他的天，对吗？
And therefore, I have I have a lot of excuse not to exercise, right? But
我就
then,
说
don't forget there are many days
我
you
就
can
说
do so.
神这个时间是敬拜神的，然后我已经将最好的时间回到家已经累了，其他时间很难安排。
Then I told God, oh no, God, I offer you the best. That this time I choose not to exercise, but come to to Sunday service. And I have plans for other days.
但是我们看到这不是很好的借口，我们也应当把这个身体锻炼好。
That we can see that this is not an acceptable excuse. That we ought to train our body well,
那么我们才能够将最好的我们献上给神。
so that we can offer the best to God.
那么你是懂得休息的人吗？
Do you know how to rest?
你是否常常都非常的忙碌？
Are you always busy all the time?
那么在这新的一年当中，你是否可以计划如何花一些的时间，在建立更好的身体？
Then in this 1 year, perhaps you want to think about how you want to spend this 1 year to build a better physical body.
那么你与神的关系又如何呢？
And then what about your relationship with God?
你是否与神建立亲密的关系？
Do you build a very intimate relationship with God?
你是否在这新的一年当中，你立志说我要在神的话语上，我要在读经的计划上，我要更加的认真？
And in this 1 new year, have you set yourself a covenant with God that you want to listen to His word? You are determined to read the Bible.
你要过一个讨神喜悦的生活，你要让神的话语来引导你前面的方向，每一天的生活。
That you want to live a life that pleases God. That you want to strengthen your faith in Him.
那么人喜爱你的心又如何呢？
And what about for people to like you?
也就是指人际关系方面。
And that's what I mean by social networking.
比如我们都有各自的家庭，
And for example, we all have our own family.
我们有父母，我们有我们的兄弟姐妹，
And we have our parents and siblings.
我们有亲友，有我们的配偶，有我们的儿女。
Then we have relatives, close friends, our spouse, and our children.
你们之间的关系又如何呢？
And what are the relationships among you with them?
那么在学校，你是这个的基督徒，你与其他的同学的关系又如何呢？
And in the school, for you as a Christian, what about your relationship with other students?
那么在我们当中有工作的，你和你同事之间的关系又是如何？
And for those of us who are working in the office, and what kind of relationship you have built with your colleagues?
那么我们住在这个的地方，我们都有我们左右邻舍。
And for the place that we live, we all have neighbors.
我们都有我们的社区。
That we have our community.
我们有我们的邻居。
That we have our neighbor.
你与他们之间的关系又是如何呢？
And what kind of relationship that you have with them?
那么在我们当中，我们也有不同的团队。
And then we also have a different kind of team that we work with.
在教会当中，我们有侍奉的这一些的团队，我们有我们的委员，我们有主日学的老师们。
And in church, we also have all kind of this serving team. And then we have the committee, we have the Sunday school teachers.
当然，我们也有组内的肢体，我们彼此的这个的互动的关系当中，是否健康的成长呢？
Then of course, we all as a member of the church, as a body of Christ, that do we all grow together?
在这新的一年当中，
That in this one new year,
我们需要神的智慧，我们需要神的恩典，
that we need God's wisdom and His grace
来面对未来的每一天。
to face every single day.
我们也在神的面前，我们要立志。
That we ought to make a covenant in front of God.
我们也求神亲自引导我们在座的每一位弟兄姐妹们。
And ask for His guidance.
我们心中，我们深深知道，在未来的一年当中，只有神才可以赐给我们力量，赐给我们智慧，赐给我们恩典，去面对前面的挑战。
That in our deep bottom of our heart, we all know that only through God that He can grant us the strength, the wisdoms, and the faith that for us to face all kind of challenges that is
因此
coming，
让我
at
们以谦卑的心，我们把自己完全的仰望交托在主的手中。
And therefore, with a humble heart, let us offer ourselves to God.
我们信靠神，在这一年当中，他必引导我们每一个人。
And trusting Him that He will guide us in this one new year.
当我们回顾过去的一年当中，我们带着感恩的心，我们来到神的面前。
And as we reflect the past one year, with a thanksgiving heart, we come before God.
今天我们也要在神的面前，我们决志，我们将今年的每一天、每一个时刻、每一个时光，都仰望交托在主的圣手当中。
That in this one new year, let us all come together to be determined and offer God every single moment to Him.
我们要让神来占有我们生活的每一个层面。
Let Him go through and take control of every aspect of our life.
我们也求神保守我们在他面前的立志。
That allow Him to protect us and guide us for all the road journey in front of
也
us.
让我们站在上帝的面前的时候，
That when before Him,
我们在每日生活当中行在光明当中的时候，
that living in the light of His,
我们能够更加讨神的喜悦。
that we can please Him.
我们也同样的能够更加讨人的喜悦，为的是带更多的人来认识主耶稣。
Then of course we also can please many people because of God, that we can guide those people to come to the house of the Lord.
你是否有这样的这个的心愿吗？
Do you have this faith?
就让我们在这个时刻，我们全部人，我们站起来，我们来到神的面前，
And let us
让我们能够在这个的布道所，我们同心合力，我们也将最好的献给神，也让更多的人能够来认识主。
and that working together for this preaching point, that we can offer the best to God, that bring more people to come to know Him.
让我们自己，我们的这个的教会都能够一起的增长。
And let us grow this church together.
好。